Big yawn. Good boy. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Touch Ninja, and I do a monthly segment on the channel where I pick some things that I have found along the way within the month, and I am either using personally or for the channel. So March has passed, so we're going to be doing March favorites. So this is going to be my top 5 favorites for the month of March. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So disclaimer, this is not a beauty channel. I do not review products for makeup. There are tons of other YouTube channels for that, but I thought this one was pretty well worth noting. So during my travels at the mall with Tara, walking through all the shops that I generally am bored of going to, such as Sephora and Victoria's Secret. We were in Sephora. Luckily, they do have a men's section. So I was kind of just like walking around. The men's section is like 5 feet long, so it's very limited. I was just checking what they have for guys, and I thought this one sounded pretty interesting. This is the Jack Black All Day Oil Control Lotion. It's with koala bears, needs more bears, cotton, and vitamin E. So especially since the summer, I generally have like oily skin, and I know that it's gross, but I am what I am. And warmer weather is coming around the corner. Spring and summer are coming, and so you sweat a lot more. So I noticed that during the summer I have a bit of greasy skin just because of the heat. And this actually really helped. Obviously it's a moisturizer as well for your face, but I find that's really useful in just making sure that your face isn't constantly shiny. It comes in at $45, so $45 does sound like a lot for a lotion. It's 97 milliliters or 3.3 fluid ounces, if you want like exact measurement of how big this is. I bought 2 of them. I tried it once, I really liked it. I ran out and then I bought 2 of them just because I tried to reduce the amount of times I can give Tara an excuse to go to Sephora, just because, yeah, I can't really say other than that. It works, keeps your skin nice and moist, not moist, but like not dry, and keeps your face look like it's shining in the sun. So yeah, this is coming at number 5. We have the Jack Black All Day Oil Control. I know it's not video game related, but I'm using it, I like it, and I don't really have anything else to say about it. So hopefully maybe you guys want to check it out if you're one of those people as well who suffer from a bit of oily skin. All right, so coming in at number 4, we have the Joby Gorillapod Hybrid. It's like the weirdest name for an item ever. So I started streaming a bit more as of late, and I do a lot of FaceTime. So I originally noticed that where I had my web camera positioned originally wasn't the greatest spot for it, because it was like on top of my monitor. So it'd be kind of like looking down to the top of my head, and you would have like a frontal view of this part, like my forehead and my top of my hairline. So I didn't really want you guys to be constantly staring at all the zits I got up there. So I thought that I wanted to lower the webcam onto like the desk level. And this one is actually, it's kind of expensive. It comes in at $50. You can get it on Amazon or Best Buy. But what I like about it is its versatility, even though it is kind of expensive. Each one of these little spheres on its legs can be micro transitioned for a little bit of extra height or decrease the height a bit. And because they're so flexible and rigid, you can basically attach them anywhere. Like you can attach it to like this chair if you want, and it'll stay there, side of a monitor, side of a desk or something. So it's really useful. And the head has a tightening, so this part right here can swivel up and down, lock it up. And what it's really handy is that it had a built-in level right here, so you will always know if your web camera is leveled or not. So being able to position the webcam exactly how you want it probably kind of the reasoning for why this stand. If you think about it, paying $50 for something literally just to hold up your camera sounds kind of crazy, but I find it's really useful. Once again, this is the Joby Gorillapod Hybrid webcam stand. They do a lot of other stuff as well. They make them for GoPros and cell phones and all this stuff. So yeah, check it out if you want to. If you're into streaming at all and you want a better position for your camera, I can highly recommend this stand. So yeah, kind of looks kind of cool. Kind of looks like you're attacked by like some sort of, let's see, some sort of alien creature. No, face is too big. I'm not gonna put it on Toby. So let's All right, so coming in number 3, we have the Impact green screen. I picked this one up on Amazon. It was $50. I also picked up a stand. You can get like any no-name stand as well. I got the stand for like 20 bucks. And what a green screen is used for, like I said earlier, I've been streaming a bit more. And if you're streaming and you're using a web camera for FaceTime and you don't want to show your background and you just want a picture of your body and your head, and that's all you want on the screen, and you have the rest of the game in the background, you need a green screen for it. And this one is 5 by 7 feet, so it's fairly large, but it does a pretty good job of getting the area I want to cover. And I actually have another green screen. It's made by Lastolite. I got it from B&H Photo using a gift card that YouTube gave me when I hit 100,000 subscribers. And it worked, but the setup for it and takedown, it's too much for me. I just could not inflate this gigantic box and drape over a green screen over the box, which is kind of sad because it was like $400. But it was a gift card, so yeah. Once I realized exactly what I wanted in a green screen, I knew what to look for. And like I said, this setup and teardown for this is very quick. It folds into this bag that's included as well fairly easily. It has like this cutout right here, so you can kind of see if you, I guess if you have multiple screens, if you have a blue one or a green one. And what I really like about it is that because when it stretches out, because it's designed to stretch out, it's wrinkle free, it works. And like I said, very minimal setup and takedown. So like I said, 50 bucks. It has like hooks on it as well on the outside, so you may or may not need a stand. So if you have like a bookcase or something you can hang it off of, you can do that as well. But the stand was fairly inexpensive. Like I said, it only was like 20 bucks. So yeah. Coming at number 3, we had the Impact green screen. So coming in at number 2, we have nothing. I have nothing to show you. So this series that I do is stuff that I just am enjoying in my daily life, and it's not necessarily something that you actually have to buy or purchase. So I watch a bit of anime here and there. I watch a lot of Gundam series. It's one of my favorite series that I like. I watched Gundam Wing, Gundam 00 Season 1 and 2, and Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. And a couple months ago, I just caught up on watching Gundam Tri-Fighters, and I didn't actually know that they started a second season up until a couple weeks ago. So I basically binge watched the first 20 episodes of the series like a couple weeks ago, and then I've been following along for about the last 4 weeks now with Season 2, which was called Gundam Build Fighters Tri. And what is really cool about the Gundam series is that Sunrise, the owners of the license, they actually post every single episode on YouTube. So you don't have to watch it on a streaming site, you don't have to download a torrent. They literally do the smartest thing that you can possibly do, because they know people are going to download the episodes regardless, so they decided that they might as well collect some ad revenue on it. And they just posted episode 25, the season finale, literally a couple hours ago. So what Gundam Build Fighters is about, it's kind of like a marketing gimmick as well. It's a series about people who build the plastic models for Gundams, and then they fight with them using like a virtual reality system. If you haven't watched season 1, like I said, you can watch the entire season 1 on their channel, and then you can check out season 2, which just concluded as well. I thoroughly enjoyed it. What's nice is that you can kind of get Gundams from the entire universe. So you had Gundams from Gundam Wing, Gundam Seed Destiny, Gundam 00, and people build them, fight them. It's kind of cool. Sets up the season 2 sets up perfectly for season 3, which I guess kind of what they were kind of hoping for. So check that out on YouTube if you like anime and you're a Gundam fan. Absolutely free, very accessible, and that comes in at number 2 for March favorites. All right, so coming in at number 1, we kind of do like a share thing right here, just because both these items are used with each other. And so once again, I've been live streaming a lot more this month, and I wanted a new microphone that I can push off my desk and bring close, and I didn't want to move microphones from one desk to the other, so I thought I would want a new microphone, and I thought that a studio arm would be a good thing for me to pick up as well. So this is the Rode PSA-1 studio arm. Actually kind of The name kind of reminds me of like the PSG one from the original Metal Gear. It's a sniper rifle. Anyways, so this is the PSA 1. It's a little bit more expensive than the other studio arms that you're gonna find on the market. You can find some on Amazon made by Newer. They are about like $20, so fairly inexpensive. This one comes in at around 150 Canadian. I don't know how much that is in American. We're getting killed by the currency conversion anyways. All the links that I put in the description will be for the American page on Amazon. But anyways, so like I said, it's 150 bucks compared to the $20 Newer one. But what I really like about this one is that it's extremely well built. And what I mean by that is what you'll notice when you look at it is that the spring mechanisms used to push out and extend the arm and bring it back and support the microphone is actually built into the arm. Whereas with the other ones, the spring mechanisms are built on the outside. So it gives it a little bit more of a cleaner look. And if you're gonna get a Rode microphone and you're an OCD person like myself, your microphone stand will actually match perfectly with your microphone. You guys don't even understand the struggles that I go through with OCD-ness and stuff like that. Stuff like that just bothers me, and if you can get one thing from one company, it just makes my day very bright and shining. But anyway, so yeah, this coming in at number 1 shared is the PSA 1 studio arm by Rode at $150, give or take. And moving on to the other half of the equation, as well, I picked up this Rode NT1. This is a cardioid XLR microphone, and this one is actually a kit, meaning that it comes with the microphone itself, a shock mount. So what shock mounts are used to do is if you have it on your desk and there's movement, the shock mount kind of protects from the movement, basically. It's not that huge of a deal, but it just makes you feel like a badass. It makes your microphone look super cool. And in a general office setting, it probably won't do that much, but you want to look professional when you do things. It also comes with a really cool looking pop filter or shield. What the shield and pop filters do is that when you're talking to the microphone, if you're too close and you make like distinct popping noises in your voice, like it doesn't like destroy the eardrums of headphone users, and it kind of cleans it up a bit. And it also comes with a protective shield, sort of a cloth that you can put over the microphone where you're not using it, so it doesn't get dusty. But I don't use it personally myself. But what's nice is, once again, it comes as a complete kit, so everything is made by Rode. Once again, that OCD-ness of having everything matching. And it's fairly good. It records in a cardioid fashion, so it's not like the Blue microphones where you can change the way it records sound. But for what I do, I make YouTube videos and I live stream, so having it in the cardioid function or having a microphone that can just do cardioid is fine. If you want to know exactly what it looks up, just do like a quick wiki search of what cardioid means. And another thing you want to note is that it's an XLR microphone, so it uses an XLR attachment. So if you're trying to connect it to your computer, what you will need is you'll either need a preamp. So that's something that you can attach. I use a Focusrite 2i4. So you plug in the microphone to a preamp and then it goes to a USB to your computer, or you can use a converter. This one is once again made by Blue. This is Blue Icicle. So you have your XLR cable right here, which you attach the other end to your microphone. You attach this end to the Blue Icicle, and then this end, which is the USB, to your computer. So once again, to use an XLR mic with your computer, you'll need some sort of converter or preamp. So this microphone comes in at around $350, which is a little bit pricey, but with all the other accessories, it actually kind of saves you money, because if you buy the shield, the shield right here by itself was $60. The microphone was $200, or $150 to $200 where you get it. And then the shock mount made by Blue, once again, comes in around $60 to $80 as well. So in terms of economics, it works out to just buy the complete kit all in one. Toby is Batman. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes March favorites for 2015. Once again, this is a monthly segment that I do on the channel just to show you guys some of the cool stuff that I am using and enjoying. We'll do another April one. Big yawn. Maybe Toby will do, he'll add to the April favorites. What do you like? Squirrels? Treats? Clocks? What do you think? Staring at me blankly with discontent. So yeah, we'll do this again next April. And as well, just as a side note, I've been kind of teasing and promising this for a while now. Within the next 2 weeks, we'll also do a setup video of my office and showing you guys all the stuff that I use as well. So setup video is coming soon and you guys can kind of look forward for that. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed and I shall see you guys next time. All right. As always, have a fantastic day.